Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Contest of Champions. So, we went over a few things today. We went over this DATAMINED new characters, Doc Ock, Vulture, MCU, Spidey, and also the Green Goblin, Mysterio, Kraven. Characters that were said to be in the game files by the user BeatVod_46. And then we come about a little while later, and B8128 has stated, and it has been backed up at this point now by Trucos and MCOC mod, that this guy was a fake. And it is. That's why I always say to take things with a grain of salt. Take everything you see with a grain of salt until it's completely verified, and make sure from here on out. Now, the possibility that these characters could still end up in the game are still there. It's not a complete and total stretch to think that these characters wouldn't end up in the game eventually at some point. They do line up with the pictures, the little question mark picture that we went over. So there's still a possibility they could. Are they in the game files? Mysterio and Kraven are not. Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Vulture, and the MCU Spidey are all in the game files. And that is confirmed by MCOC, or Marvel Contest Champions Trucos, via MCOC mod. Which, I'll put the link to this. This will be the only link in this video to Reddit, so that you guys can head over and show your support to Trucos and mod by going to their video and actually looking at it. And the way that people figured out that this was fake was because of the fact that Trucos and mod put out the abilities for Vulture. And those abilities do not line up whatsoever with what this person has put out as Vulture's abilities here. Nothing exactly the same. The one thing that stands out the biggest is he even got the specials, the special names, completely wrong. They're not accurate. So this kind of stuff does happen a lot. And when people get found out like this, I mean, it just ruins your credibility completely. This guy had set up his own YouTube channel where he was going to put quote-unquote DATAMINED information out along with snapshot pictures. And it all really boils down to this I'm going to say it's a kid, because I don't know any adult in their right mind who would make this kind of stuff up. But this person wanted the attention of a certain individual, and he got that attention on both of his posts by making it look like he was completely accurate in what he was saying when he wasn't. And it really should have stood out, but it didn't. But he does, say that he hopes the certain person does see his stuff, and he wants it posted on YouTube, and he wants the credit for it. And he puts out his YouTube account, which, like I said, I don't recommend anybody go to subscribe to this guy at this point, because there's no reason to sub to someone who puts out false information. It's a pretty douchebag move, in my opinion, and you're going to get found out eventually, because the real deal, Trucos and mod, actually put out the correct information. And if Trucos and mod don't put it out, someone else will put out accurate information. There's no point in lying to people. That's absolutely uncalled for. I mean, you've essentially just ruined your entire reputation. And the person that you were trying to catch the attention of, I'm pretty sure it's probably pissed off at you too. And I've had this happen before with people. Like the one time that we had the crystal opening video sent over from someone, and he had actually ripped it off of someone who had posted it on YouTube, and I had no clue. That's why now I don't do crystal opening videos that people send me unless they can verify in game that the account they've opened up the crystals on is their actual account. You live and you learn, and we have lived and we have learned. Like I said, the possibility of Mysterio and Kraven it's still there. it's still a possibility that they could go with those characters. It's also a possibility that they could end up with other characters. Does still look like they're going to do some sort of Sinister Six storyline, because we do have Doc Ock, Vulture, Green Goblin coming into the game. Or it could just be an extended Spider-Man storyline where all we get is these characters. And it'd be a 2-month run. So we'd have a 2-month run Spider-Man event. One featuring Vulture and Spider-Man MCU. And then the next featuring Doc Ock and Green Goblin. So, I mean, it's still a possibility that that could happen. And then we segue into more and other events for the rest of the year. So, again, don't be douchebags. Don't lie about your information, because eventually it's going to come out that you did lie, and then everybody's just going to fucking hate on your ass. Sorry for the language there, but felt it needed to be said. Doesn't mean by any stretch of the imagination that Mysterio or Kraven are possibly not going to come to the game. They could. They're just not there. But we do know that Vulture, and it's the MCU version of Vulture, is definitely coming from the picture. And the MCU version of Spider-Man, also, as you can see here, Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus are in early development. So we do know that Doc Ock and Green Goblin are coming to the game, and they are in the files. So most likely they will be the August champions, with Spider-Man and Vulture being the July champions. As far as September goes, it's up in the air and it's still a mystery. Probably not going to be Mysterio or Kraven, but, you know, it could be. Like I said, take everything with a grain of salt. We could possibly see Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus not fall in August, but come sometime after that. You never know. You just never know with all this stuff. But alright guys, that's going to be it for this one. Just want to give you guys an update on that so that you guys didn't think that this guy was still accurate and this information was still accurate. Like I said, that's why I always say take everything with a grain of salt. It could be right, it might not be right. We're not always going to get it right, and we can't always trust sources. And this is one of those times where we just couldn't. But if you enjoyed the video, remember to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider leaving a sub on it. And if you do, hit that bell notification button so you get notifications every single time I go live or post a video. And also, link down in the description for Twitter. Follow me there. Much more reliable source for notifications as far as I'm concerned. As always, guys, I'll catch you in the next episode. Later.